guys, how you guys doing? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tinu and I'm back with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about my top must-have fragrance purchases for this year. I have a mixture of designer, niche, and Middle Eastern. So I have a little bit of something for each and every one of you that are watching my channel, whether you're a Middle Eastern lover, a niche lover, or a designer lover. I happen to only have one designer fragrance because I really haven't been into the designer releases for this year. I've been more into the Middle Eastern and the niche releases. So before I start this video, if you just clicked on my thumbnail and you don't know who I am, you want to know what I'm all about, my name is Tinu. I'm a lover of fragrance, beauty, and lifestyle. If that's the type of content that you do like, please consider subscribing to this channel. And don't forget to click the post notifications so you can be notified when I post a fresh new content. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you guys so much for your continued support. And if you guys would like to know what are my must-have fragrances for the year 2024, then please keep on watching. Before I proceed with this video, my fragrance of the day actually is Peace and Love by Lattafa. I love that fragrance. It is a dupe to Soy Maliki by Dries Van Noten. And if you don't know that fragrance, it is a pretty pricey penny fragrance by a clothing brand, and I'm still mind boggled about how expensive it is. So I'm still thinking if I do want to get it or not. Don't forget to drop your fragrance of the day because you guys know I love to know what you're rocking. I am going in no particular order. This is not a ranking video. It's just basically stating some of the fragrances that I feel like are the must-have fragrances for this year. And this fragrance is from Rosendo Mateu. It's number 8. It's Fruity Amber Exotic Musk. Now this fragrance released this year, and when I got it I was like, heaven. So this for me is a cross between BR540 and Kirky from Tiziana Terezzi. They kind of have the same vibe. So you do get that saffron, you do get something musky about it, you do get something ambery about it. And it's quite a fruity scent. So this is a great fragrance for the summer, the spring. It has kind of a tropical vibe with a little bit of spicy notes from sort of that saffron. I think there's a saffron in here because it smells really, really saffrony. If you're into BR540 and an extrait and you love some passion fruit notes with it and some like fruity notes in general with a little bit of woodiness, you definitely will like this fragrance. It's a very great projector. It has a great sillage. It has a great longevity. Like I feel like this is like 10 hours or more on skin, and I feel like even on clothes it'll be even much longer. I love this release from Rosendo Mateu. I think they hit the ballpark with this release. It's on trend for what they do as a brand. I still do not have Rosendo Mateu number 5. I know somebody actually commented on my video because they watched on one of my shorts where I showed part of my collection, and they were like, to not have number 5 is wrong in so many ways. And I like, you know what, I need to get that in my collection. For some reason I think I have so many dupes that at this point that I'm not thinking about it, but I need to actually get the actual fragrance. But anywho, this is one of my top fragrance must-haves for the year, and I will link everything down below. The next fragrance is from Mamlakat Abyed. It's a Middle Eastern brand. This is their Royal Cotton collection. This is Cotton Abyed. Now this is the fragrance I thought was the best dupe for the Wedding Stick Santal by Kayali. And everyone on TikTok can agree with me because this has that very kind of peach note, but I don't think there's actually a realistic peach in here, but it has something soft and delicate, something cotton-like about this. Airy, even very, very princess-like. Like I feel like a bride will thrive and will smell good with this fragrance. This is not a fragrance that's off-putting. It's very everyday wear. I feel like if you're a clean white t-shirt blue jeans kind of gal, you would like this fragrance. If you're someone that loves You by Glossier, you will like this fragrance. If you like Superdose by Juliet Has a Gun, you will like this fragrance. It's that kind of same vein, but a little more elevated because you do have some more fruity notes with this fragrance. Like, I feel like Glossier You and the latter do not have any fruity notes to begin with. There are a lot of musk in it, and this fragrance does have a lot of musk. So if you're not a musk fan, you're not gonna like this fragrance. I love it. The longevity on this is much like a moderate longevity, like 6 hours, and the projection is moderate and the sillage is moderate, but it's just an everyday pleasant fragrance that I feel like it's great for office wear, great if you're a nurse and you do not want to offend anyone with your fragrance like me. You will definitely love this fragrance. Next fragrance is from Sospiro. This is Liberto. Now this is a very fresh, fruity, aromatic, super roasty, I think white floral kind of fragrance. It has a little bit of spiciness to it, a little bit of woodiness, slightly ambery at the same time. It is a very long wearing fragrance. Sospiro does not disappoint. If you guys don't know, Sospiro kind of is a sister brand to Xerjoff, so they pretty much are on par when it comes to longevity and all that good stuff. It does have a prominent peach note. If you're not into peach, now this is not the fragrance for you. There is some jasmine as well. The jasmine in here is a little bit dialed back. It's not super strong. It's just in the background, and then you do get some lavender. Lavender for me kind of tends to be masculine, but in this fragrance, the lavender in here gives a little bit of oomph to the fragrance without it being masculine. And then you got the ozonic notes that make this great for the summer and spring, and I feel like this is even great for the fall. This is just a beautiful fragrance, very musky. There is not a musk note to it, but it feels like it's a musky fragrance. It's a little green as well. If you're not into green notes, you're definitely not gonna like this fragrance. But I love it. It's really great for daytime wear. It's really great for brunch. You're going to the office. I feel like it's an everyday fragrance in my opinion, but has great longevity, and the smell on this is very intoxicating, very fruity, and kind of slightly tropical. Although it doesn't feel tropical when you look at the notes, it smells tropical in a way. I like this one. It is not necessarily this year release, but I did purchase this perfume this year, and I absolutely I'm obsessed with it. I want to get more Sospiro fragrances. The one on my mind to get is Prima Donna and Bel Canto. Those are the two on my list that I do want to get, and I'm looking to get probably Vibrato because I do have a dupe, and I would like to compare it with the Junoon Oud by Al Harimian. I want to see if they're similar. Again, this is such a beautiful fragrance, and I do recommend it if you're a fruity floral person and you like something that's a little solar and exonic in a way. Speaking of scents that are boozy, this is Narcotic Delight by Initio Perfumes. This is a really beautiful, sexy rum cherry fragrance. It has some cinnamon, I believe, some Hidion. Very great fragrance for the fall and winter season. Very beast mode. I'm telling you, a lot of people don't understand this fragrance. This fragrance for me has some undertones of bubblegum. I don't know if that is the Hidion note that I'm smelling, but this fragrance is just uber sexy, very boozy. The cherry in here is a cherry that's slightly sour. It's not a very syrupy cough syrup type of cherry. Sometimes cherry can be smelling like your regular NyQuil, and this one smells very realistic. It smells very uber sexy, very long wearing. Now this fragrance is beast mode as well. This one for me lasts 10 hours on skin. The projection for me is very beast mode. The longevity, I think the sillage is more of a central. Like if you wear this, people will be following you around the hallway. They will be wondering who smells this decadent and who smells this sexy. I feel this fragrance exudes sex appeal. It's not necessarily a girly fufulala fragrance. It's more of the fragrance that it's like a little bit of je ne sais quoi. Like I'm that French girl in Paris and I'm sexy. That's what this fragrance exudes. I love it. It's one of my top fragrance purchases for the year 2024. Now, I could not talk about my best fragrance purchases in the 2024 without talking about these two. I have to talk about them two together because I have already talked about that in my previous video. This is Teriaq Intense and this is Teriaq Original. This one came out in January of 2024 and this came out, I believe, October or November of 2024. I love both of them, but you can see which one has the more dense. The Intense version has more dense than the OG. That should tell you an inkling that I do love this more. But I love both of them nonetheless, and I feel like they were both amazing releases from Quentin Biche in collaboration with Lattafa. True to the brand, not dupes, very, very long wearing. The gourmand vibe in this one is just amazing with the caramel, the apricot, the rhubarb, the pear. Everything in here was just seamless. Very beautiful. It's just decadent. Now with this one, you do get that plum liqueur note in there. Oh my god, it just changes the whole game. It makes this very boozy, very sexy. Someone that is a little playful would wear this. A goddess that's sexy, a cat woman will wear this. So it kind of plays on the color of the bottle. Like this is black and this is pink. This is more angelic and this is more gothic. I am dark and a mysterious woman. And they both have very great longevity. There is not one between the other that has poor performance. This one for me lasts about 8 to 10 hours. This one lasts 10 hours plus on skin, and they develop beautifully. There is not a linear vibe to them. They smell really good. The ingredients smell really niche-like. So I like them. I like them both. I really find it hard to rank them. I remember that I ranked this in my video. I couldn't put this as well because it would just kind of be repetitive, because this stuff does have a slight DNA to this fragrance. So they do vibe like cousins and sisters at the same time. I love them and I recommend them. One of my must-have releases for this year is from Snif. This is Naughty Nonna. Now this fragrance came at the tail end of the year, and let me tell you, I already have a little dent. Let's be honest, this is a 1 ounce bottle. I already have a dent because I couldn't stop spraying this perfume. It's just that good. It reminds me of a fruit cake. There is something peach about this, something caramel, and for an EDT, this fragrance does perform for about 6 hours, which is same because I do have a lot of designers that perform the same amount of hours as this. And this is an EDT. This is just a beautiful gourmand fragrance. If you're a gourmand lover, this is a recommendation from Tino. Try this. If you do like a fruitcake kind of smell, you will like this fragrance. It is just beautiful and sexy and playful. I do get like an angel food cake vibe when I smell it, like it's like a lemon pound cake kind of smell in the undertone. It's such a beauty. I love this one. Very, very good, and I can't recommend it enough. Now, another one of my top releases for this year is from Jovoy. This is called Fire at Will. Now, this fragrance is very vanilla. Vanilla Central. It kind of reminds me of Bianco Latte, kind of reminds me of Escapade Gourmand from Maison Mateu. Kind of the same vibe. They're all cousins with different dads. That's how this fragrance is. It's just a beautiful, sweet vanilla, very, very linear. It's just an everyday fragrance that I feel like if you're into vanillas, you will definitely like this. It's just very light, fluffy, airy. It kind of feels like a cupcakey vibe type of vanilla in a way. The only thing is that this fragrance does not last too long. It doesn't have great projection. I think projection is more of a light projection. The sillage, I feel like it's more of a moderate wear. And longevity wise, I think 6 hours is the best I've seen it last for. But notwithstanding, I do love it. It's a great one. Kind of gets me over Bianco Latte when I get tired of it. So Bianco Latte can be a beast. And at times when I do want it, I do also not want it at the same time. So those are the times that I'm looking for something else to replace it. And this is similar, but a little bit dialed back. It's not as potent as Bianco Latte. It's much more reserved in my opinion. Now, Artisan Ethnique proved to be the GOAT of the year, okay? I ranked this as number 2 out of my Middle Eastern purchases, and it's not without reason. because this fragrance is just outstanding when it comes to the smell, how it smells, and its intoxicating rum note. Oh my god, this fragrance is that good. It is slightly milky, slightly chocolatey, with that latonic vibe and the milk note in there. There's something spicy to this fragrance. It actually reminds people of Sugar Addict by Borntostandout. I don't have that. I've never sampled that before, but I would love to sample it and compare the two. And if it is similar, I might get Sugar Addict. But from what I heard, this is way better performing than Sugar Addict. Now, this fragrance for me is a 14-hour wear fragrance. It lasts that long. And the longevity is very great. It's beast mode to the core. People will smell you in the gym. People will smell you at home. People will smell you in a classroom, at work. You will get compliments. That's the type of fragrance this is. It's just a beautiful, sweet, delicious, gourmand, boozy fragrance. This fragrance needs no introduction. Can you tell about the dents in here? This is Peach Aurum with Navitus, a collaboration with Sharida M. Amazing. This fragrance, like I said, is one of those fragrances that will sneak on you. It does have a prominent peach note with that puff pastry in the background. Kind of gives it like a crust vibe, like you're naturally eating a peach cobbler from the oven. This fragrance will sneak on you. Very anosmic fragrance that will project and will not project to you. Everyone else will smell you and will feel like your fragrance is very loud, but when you smell yourself, you will think that you're a skin scent kind of fragrance. But this is not skin scent, by the way. It's a very beautiful fragrance with a slight touch of woodiness that actually smells perfumey and gourmand at the same time. Sometimes with gourmands, they tend to smell like food, but then there's nothing else to it. This one has a lot of promise, a lot of character, a lot of depth to it. It does give you that beautiful gourmand note, and you can enjoy the perfume side of it. I actually like this a lot. This is a fabulous release from Sharida M. I feel like it's even better than Mani Casanat. I feel like she did something here with how it smells. It smells so appealing, so sexy, very, very beautiful and sweet. I love this, and it has to be in one of my top faves for the year. Now, the next fragrance is from the House of Oud. This is called Guilty Crush. If you're in the mood for something lipsticky, something waxy in a way, this is the fragrance for you. It's a touch of iris with a bunch of fruits and florals mixed together. It is slightly woody, but the woodiness is not your typical woodiness. It's just in the background. It kind of ties in the fragrance and gives the fragrance more oomph. This fragrance is very powdery, very, very powdery. Slightly musky even. Just a beautiful overall fragrance. This is another fragrance I feel like it's meant for a bride. If you're a bride, you're getting married, and you're looking for that signature scent for a wedding, this I feel like is a great recommendation. If you can try this out at one of the discounted sites, or you try it out from Scent Split, let me know what you think, because I feel like this is going to be one of those scents that is great for a bride or possibly the bridesmaids. This is just fantastic. Very, very sexy, sweet, powdery, musky at the same time. Love the fragrance. Again, this is another must-have for me. Remember, guys, I just did a haul, and I recently hauled this fragrance. This fragrance hasn't been with me for a month. I think about 2 weeks, probably. Look at the dents on this fragrance. It's unreal. It should kind of tell you where I'm leaning with this fragrance. Now, this is from Volar. This is Floral Dedication Eau de Parfum. Now, this is a dupe to Devotion by Dolce & Gabbana, and it pretty much smells 95% close to it. I recently discovered this because a couple of you guys have been wanting to get a dupe for that, but this is the ultimate dupe. This fragrance has the same juice, the same smell. The animalic smell that I was smelling before has kind of dissipated, so it smells like just perfume. And when I tell you this is just a 1-for-1 dupe to that with greater longevity, you will not believe me. This perfume has super good longevity. It's not beast mode, by the way. It's just great enough for you to complete your tasks, wear your perfume, and make everyone smell good. I love this fragrance, and I feel like if you're looking for the best Devotion dupe, This is it. I will link it down below. Now, this is my only Donna Karan and my only designer fragrance I'm featuring in this video. This is Cashmere and Palo Santo. I was late to the game when it came to purchasing this fragrance, and I don't understand why it took me that long. But when I tell you this fragrance is the best, woody slash ambery, slightly pink pepperish Palo Santo note fragrance, and it kind of gives me the same vibes of the Kayali Wedding Silk Santal. It's one of those fragrances that smells like silk. It's just a comforting hug in a bottle type of fragrance. I actually want to get the fig one because I saw it on Jovoy shop for like $68. So I'm definitely going to pick that one up, so I kind of see if that one is another one that I would love. But so far I love this version. It's just amazing, just uber sexy, very beautiful. Now, where would this video be if I don't mention Narcotic Love Me Latte? This is one of the best fragrances I've tried so far in all my collection. Just a beautiful gourmand. It has a lot of milky notes, a lot of caramel. It has some mirabelle, some pear, some fig. It has some fruity notes to this. It has a slight coffee note to it. This is just a beautiful fragrance. It does have some base notes of vanilla, tonka bean, sandalwood as well. It's an extrait, so it will last quite longer. For me, this fragrance, I wore it for the last 2 days, and let me tell you, the compliments were endless. Like, a lot of people like the sweet caramel kind of fruity fragrance, and this was the one that they were gravitating towards, and they kept asking, is it Tinu's fragrance? Because I'm the only one that smells very different, smells very good, very unique to other people. Now, this one is a great projector as well, great on longevity, and it's very besmoked, so it will last you for a good 8 to 10 hours in my opinion. Very great fragrance. I feel like it's still macerating. It hasn't lived to its potential yet, so definitely it's probably going to get even better by the time I spray it again. But yeah, notwithstanding, it's an amazing fragrance, and I absolutely recommend this. Now, this fragrance is the plum fragrance of life. It is called 20 Bourbon Brulee by Lattafa Perfumes. Now, this one has some plum, some tonka bean, and you do have a citrus vibe with the bergamot, and then you do have some booziness with the whiskey and some coconut. This fragrance, I think, can serve for both spring, summer, and fall. There is some depth and darkness to this fragrance, a little bit of mystery. So this fragrance does have butter and vanilla. It has some caramel as well to make it sweet. Intoxicating. I got so many compliments on this that I wore it for another day. And look at the dents in it. Now it has an official dent. I hope Letta will come out with 100 mLs. I would like a large size of this fragrance. This is just a beautiful, sexy, slightly gourmand fragrance. Another fragrance that I absolutely adore is from Xerjoff. It's part of their Shooting Stars collection. This is La Capitale. Now, La Capitale is a prominent strawberry / caramel and peach fragrance. It is very beautiful. It has notes of leather and labdanum. I thought this would have oud in it because it smells like there was an oud to it, but I guess I'm wrong. There is some spiciness in this fragrance that I feel like is probably because of the saffron that's in here. And this is one of those fragrances that always come in a 1.7 fluid ounce. And for the life of me, with how good this fragrance smells, I feel like it should have been a 3.4 fluid ounce bottle. I will tell you that the fragrance itself, beast mode to the core. If you've not known, Xerjoff fragrances most of the time are beast mode, and they last longer, they project longer, and they leave a great sillage. It's just a fruity / floral woody fragrance. Now, this is the watermelon perfume of your dreams. This is Room 1015's Wave Child. Now, this fragrance is full of watermelon, some coconut, very ozonic and very fruity. It does have a lot of citrus notes at the top. It has some amberwood, some cacao, and ambergris. Very beautiful fragrance. It literally smells like a watermelon Jolly Rancher, in my opinion. Very ooh, yeah, just like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. If you've tried that before, let me know. It smells similar. Very beautiful. Love this fragrance. This is another one that I feel like is a great longevity type of fragrance. It has great sillage. It has beast mode nature to it. It's just literally beautiful. Like, I think anyone that smells this will kind of think of some candy, like a watermelon candy. But this is a great fragrance notwithstanding. I really absolutely adore this. This was my first room 1015 fragrance. I might get Cherry Punk, the extract. Love it, and I absolutely recommend it. And that completes this video. I hope you guys enjoy my top must-have. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you like this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Let YouTube know that you love my content. And if you're new to this channel and you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? The subscribe button is down below. It's waiting for you to click it. It's lonely and it just wants the click of your fingers. And if you're already subscribed, thank you guys so much for your love and support, and I will catch you guys in another video. Bye.